Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition here of the Rolling
Whoa,
Up Show.
whoa.
Wrap it up, fellas. We're back. Come on, D-Man. Come on, D-Man. We are back. The Brilliantly Dumb Show, one of our biggest episodes yet, which means that
Yes.
I might just need to get married just so we can keep getting wedding recaps.
Said Bob's got to go to the altar. Or I got to renew my vows, one or the other.
I mean, what a boomer of an episode that was. But most importantly, fellas, we're back. You see the pigskin of Mikey V's hand.
Let me tell you something. This is the official football of the NFL. This thing, I got to tell you, I have a newfound respect. I don't think I've held an official game ball in quite some time. What these guys do with this is insane. This thing is actually insane. Like it is.
What do you mean it's insane?
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's just football.
No, but it's the official NFL. It's the real like on-field football. It's just gigantic. It's gigantic. It's just so much bigger than you actually realize until you hold it. And I'm thinking about like guys catching this with one hand in the rain. It's crazy. It's crazy. A newfound appreciation since I got
the gloves that these guys have now, they're like stick 'em.
Oh, so you can make those catches routinely, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it definitely helps.
Like it.
It's not like 20 years ago when they didn't have like golf, like the gloves that they have now. Michael,
the equipment now is wild.
That's what I'm saying.
But still,
Terrell Owens wasn't using receiver gloves like they got now.
Love T.O. Big T.O. guy.
What did Mikey say with Joey D and T.O. that Joey D is the Terrell Owens of YouTube golf?
That's ridiculous.
I didn't say it. I'm saying that's what
ridiculous.
Mikey had made that's what Mikey is.
No, I don't even remember saying that. This could be another Bob.
I
get banned all the time on these comparisons. We were just at the Aloha and we did this thing where
wait. Time out.
Can I finish what I'm going to say?
No, but in fairness, when you say we were just at the Aloha, we could have new listeners that don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In fairness.
Okay, so Aloha is an annual tournament that I do with three of my other friends. We do it once a year. It's a tournament. We call it Aloha.
Did you win?
No, I didn't. I lost on the last hole again.
Oh my God, I thought you were winning, D-Man.
I was winning from start to finish. The second year in a row, I collapsed on the last hole with a one-stroke lead and lost on the last hole of 4 rounds to Warren.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
It's a back-to-back.
Warren's a dog, man.
He is a dog. But congratulations,
big old fella.
But anyways, what I was going to say is we were doing this thing at one point. We're comparing each other. Like if we were golfers, who would we be? So like, we're saying this guy's this guy's that. It gets to my turn. Brian's like, Bearzall's like, oh yeah, if you were a golfer, you'd be Patrick Reed. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That's the biggest slime ball out there. And it's now, so I got Patrick Reed and T.O. now. That's great.
And Bruce Buffer.
But
Bruce Buffer. No, I am not Bruce. I couldn't be further from Bruce Buffer.
By the way, on full disclosure, we cut some of the Bruce Buffer thing a week or two ago out of respect to the UFC. I thought it was a heads-up play from the Ticket took the initiative to cut some of the Bruce stuff to protect.
Protect what?
Well, we have a strong.
You got to protect the plug.
Protect that plug heavy, man. Protect that
plug.
Well,
we promote and we defend and we promote the UFC at all costs.
I got a text from Dana that I'm going to be getting a text this week to see how many tickets I have for the Sphere.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm waiting to see.
Wow.
I'm going to ask for as many as I can.
I tell you what, that's a hierarchy. That totem pole's got a serious hierarchy. Who's going to get selected for that list?
Mikey, even the seats that we had in Newark were amazing, but you could see there's levels to that shit. You know
I'm going to be honest, bro. I thought that the seats in Newark, I would have rather sat where we sat.
I agree.
As on the floor, because you were on the first level off the floor and you had all the access to the floor. What?
Michael, if you sit cage side, it's the best seats you're going to get in the house.
I disagree. Unless you're a first row.
Have you sat cage side?
Joe, listen.
I'm saying it's a different experience when there's blood splatting. It's like it's splattering on.
I caught a guy's fucking mouth guard. I caught a fighter's mouth guard. There was 4 rows of chairs in front of us. We were on like a perch. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of being like a Caesar at the Roman Colosseum.
Yeah,
Sitting on the perch, watching
analogy.
all of the fighters. That's what it reminded me
It's
of.
like the scene out of Gladiator when
the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I'm just saying it had all the perks of the floor seats without having to sit on the same level behind someone's head. You were literally on a perfect perch. I thought the seats were as ideal as they could be, considering that you had all the access that the floor seats had, but you were seated like a little perch above. Now, that being said, if you're cage side first row on top of the cage where Dana sits and Trump sits, that's a little bit of a different story.
But even the third row, we were right behind Joe Burrow and Nick Bosa and fucking Logan Paul.
I remember after Nick Bosa
and Mr. Beast.
After
yeah, I'm just talking about for view purposes, not
I'm
like who you're
saying
with.
it's a cool experience, Mike.
Dude, listen.
Do you remember after Nick Bosa, and to me, this just like makes all the sense in the world. Nick Bosa in one of the, in between the fights, like it's fun. People go to the back. People like it's such an experience. Bosa goes across and he gets to meet Trump, and he's so happy that he met Trump that he like hits high fives with Burrow, and he's like, doesn't that make all the sense?
Nick Bosa is like the biggest, like he gets trolled the most, I feel like, online for his Trump support. Like he gets,
I didn't know he was that much.
Yeah,
he's
he gets
a
like
big guy. Holy shit!
He's a monster. His dad played in the league too for the Dolphins.
I know he's big, but when you see him like in person like that, it's like holy shit.
Him and his brother are like genetic. They look like gorillas. It's like insane.
They're like the Watt family kind of, right? Like the father played in the league. Then you have the brothers that are both studs. That's what it kind of reminds me.
Which is wild. That's actually a great comparison. I never even really, I guess because I didn't even know that Watt's dad played in the league. I'm going to be honest. I didn't even know JJ Watt's dad played.
I'm pretty sure he did. I hope I'm right.
I don't doubt it. I know for a fact that Bosa's dad played for the Dolphins, but I don't know.
Bob better fact check.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Now
I would believe it. I mean, look at the stock. Look at those two kids. They're fucking, again, two gorillas, literally.
You want to talk about an all-time baseball family, and one of the brother asked me to come on the podcast, and I couldn't say no. I got a message from Brett Boone if I'd like to come on the Brett Boone podcast. I'm going to go on there and defend Aaron is what I'm going to do, whether he wants to talk about Aaron or not. That's what I'm going to do.
Good win for the Yankees last night. Nice little W last night.
Well, they bounced back after you guys declared the season was over.
Well, we're recording on Saturday, just FYI. So if someone's like, they didn't win last night, I know that's going to be in the comments.
But they're firmly back now.
Yeah, you know what Jet said to me the other day? He's like, you and Mikey are the worst. He's like, because like if you talk to you guys or like any Yankee fans, like he asked, he's like, the way this all started, he's like, how are the Yankees doing? I was like, well, they're 2 up for the division lead at the time. And he's like, you guys are the worst. Like from hearing you guys talk, you would think that they're 5 games back.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong.
He's like, Mikey ruled the season over like 5 times. I was like, well, yeah, that's what we do.
Because here's my thing about the Yankees is like, as much as they'll win games and as much as their record says, like, they have like the 27th worst record in baseball when they play teams under 500. They just play down like the teams that they should smack around them. Now their team against teams 500 or better. They're the best in Major League Baseball, best record. My whole thing is that
the Packers used to do that for years.
My whole thing is like, is this just going to be same old story like every year? They'll make the playoffs and just get bounced in the first or second round. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like. Again, it feels like a year.
You can't say that, Michael. You got to manifest. You got to manifest positivity.
I know, Joe. It's every season, dude. It's like the same story every year. Great record, individual performances, historical, off the charts, Soto, Judge, all of this. You get to the playoffs, and it's like all of a sudden nobody's hitting with runners in scoring position. Nobody. And they strand more guys in scoring position. It's like it's sick. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I want them to win, but it's hard.
Joe, I did not know because I back to the Aloha just really quickly. With somebody did a side by side when we were at the Creator Classic of Cutsy. Cutsy posted the Aloha trophy. I think it was Perez. Perez handed me the phone. He's like, dude, look at the size of their trophy for the Aloha. Yo, this thing is carved like. It is.
Hold on, I'll show you.
And
It's a
Brett said
nice
to me,
try.
he's like, you would never know that only 4 people are playing in this thing. He's like, look at this trophy. And then he compared it to Luke Kwan holding up the Creator Classic trophy.
It's got engravements of all the winners. You see the side here? It's got all the engravements
Yeah, that's
of the
crazy.
winners of every year.
See,
Yeah.
man, I had no. I
blew up.
I thought you won.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna put up everything today because I got back late yesterday and I didn't have a chance to post everything. But yeah, dude, it's the second year in a row. I had a 1-stroke lead going into the 18th hole, and I literally had been winning from start to finish.
Wire to
From the
wire.
I birdied the first hole of the tournament, and from then on, I was winning the whole time. I am mentally one of the weakest, like when it comes to like any kind of competitive nature stuff. Mentally, I just kept saying I
don't like that kind of talk. I don't.
I'm
like
just
that.
saying,
I don't
Michael,
believe that.
2
I don't
years
believe
back
that.
to back.
I don't believe that, Joe.
I imploded. I imploded on the 18th hole, on the last hole.
Is
of the
there
tournament, 2
is there
years in a
footage?
row.
Is there footage? Did you like
Yes.
go double bogey?
I did. I
Double
lost
bogey.
a ball. I was up 1 stroke. So even if I would have bogeyed more in par at the last hole,
Go
it
to
would
the
have gone to a
playoff.
playoff. I double bogeyed. I lost a ball. I duffed one off the tee box, and then I proceeded to lose one. I have all the footage. Everything is filmed. I'm going to put everything out there.
So
And
you
this
have
was
the
up
footage
the-
of you blowing up?
I
That's
didn't
all that
blow
Bob-
up.
that's all that Bob cared
I
about.
was devastated. I didn't really blow up. I was just like in shock. Now I posted a video of me yesterday on my story of me like blowing up because I had a terrible round yesterday, which let everyone back in the field. But it is
Hey,
what it
do you
is,
know
man.
what,
Mentally,
D-man?
I got to see like I got maybe that mental coach that Wyndham had. Maybe I need to go see her.
Dude,
That's
you don't need a
ridiculous.
Come on. Really
Bob, she transformed.
I
this
don't
game.
think that I've seen you. I've seen
You
you
see
like
that, Bobby? You won the U.S.
Joe,
Open
you're a
after going to
you're
her.
a YouTube golfer. You're not playing in the fucking U.S. Open. You
I
don't need a
understand that, but the
yeah, but you know what
back-to-back
though, Bob? It's
Aloha
about pride though. If you're gonna play, you want to win no matter
I
what
know,
the
Mikey,
level.
you're
that-
gonna
I-
support him getting a mental coach?
I think it's
Yeah,
a good
I
thing.
am. In fact, I
Yeah,
think I
thank you,
might want to
Michael.
step in because I think I disagree. I think he is mentally strong. I've seen this man backed into a corner before.
I do
All
agree with
things
that.
on the line,
I
and
agree.
I'm talking about gambling, and I'm
Well,
talking about
oh,
gambling.
Yeah.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I got the heart of a
I got
lion
it.
when it
You
comes
do
to
have
that.
the heart of a
I
lion.
gotta-
That should translate.
I'll
That
never
should
quit.
translate.
That one thing is I'll never quit, but
No,
I
you
just
certainly
Oh,
won't.
that's a whole different coach you gotta see
You
for that.
certainly won't.
That's
never
a
quit.
that's a whole different coach. You imagine Joey
You
D
don't-
going
you don't
to a
go down.
mental coach for gambling? Like, yeah, Doc, like when I'm
No,
on the
not
craps
for, no, I'm
table.
talking about for golf, not for
No, I know. Well,
gambling.
this dickhead thinks you need to go see a mental coach for gambling.
I did.
Is
What?
is crazy.
No, he's saying
I said no. I said he doesn't need it because I've seen him in the gambling atmosphere, and I think he has the heart of a lion. I don't
I do.
understand.
Crazy.
My
Well,
thing
what-
is, I don't understand. I think you should speak to someone as to why it's not translating to the golf course. If he had the
Well,
same mentality on the golf course, he would never implode because
Well,
he's a
listen,
dog.
Bob,
in the
you see,
gambling
I'm not.
world. He's
I'm
a dog.
not. I'm a YouTube golfer. My profession is golf. So maybe if I could figure out some things mentally, I could become so much better. There's compilations on the internet of me blowing
Right,
up for
right.
10,
Well,
15
that's
minutes
Bob.
straight.
That's Bob's
The
fault.
day,
That's
the
Bob's
day, I disagree. The day,
Well,
You
the
do?
day, the day you become mentally sane on the golf course is a bad day for Bob Does Sports.
well, maybe my golf
it's gonna
game will
sink. It's gonna sink.
transform.
Dude, that would be bad, dude.
Well,
That would
Imagine
be
he
I-
comes
I-
out and he's just
I'm
like
gonna
an
message
even-keeled
John
boring
Ellis.
guy.
I'm gonna message John Ellis and ask what that chick's name is because I think that she's tremendous. She transformed Wyndham's game. He couldn't win.
By the
But
way,
as soon as he went to her, he won the U.S. Open. He's crushing. He's like what top 10 in the world right
at
now.
the Creator Classic, they're doing an episode around John Ellis. So he told me and Perez, he's like, Netflix is gonna come. We're gonna come film you guys and walk with you guys. So like,
Oh, dude.
yeah. We gotta get the D-man home, dude. We gotta get.
I'm flying tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going back to Florida,
Great.
and
He's
then
coming.
we're
He's
gone for
coming
2.5.
back.
We're gone for 2.5 weeks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, just want to remind you that the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by the fine folks over at BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp.com. Give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely done online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists any time for no additional charge. It's an absolute no-brainer, easy to use, and the help that you need. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp and visit betterhelp.com/BDS to get 10% off your first month. That's 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, HELP.com/BDS. We'll see you over there. Give BetterHelp a try.
By the way, we were talking about obnoxious trophies. Take a look at this fantasy football trophy from the league that I'm in last night. Look at the side. You want to talk
You
about
think my trophy's bad? That looks like
Disgusting, dude.
that is insane.
that looks like something from medieval times.
Dude, this guy who runs this league, my buddy Sal, man, like he is so like he's still single, you know, no kids, nothing. So like he is like he's commissioned this league for like 15 years.
There's like nothing
And
better going on.
He is like he puts Roger Goodell to shame. Like that's how efficient this guy is. Just an absolute animal. And he broke out. That's a new trophy for this year. And it was like everyone just went nuts.
Dude, us switching to like Dickie Gas, we talked about how much of a mistake it would be. Us switching to Dickie Gas as the
Yeah, it's
commissioner.
been good so far.
The
Yeah,
gas
I
man.
kind of like it. Yeah, shout out
The
Dickie
start
Gas.
of his reign has been good, but you
Yeah.
know what? It can take a turn
Oh,
for the
yeah.
worse very quickly.
Dude,
from
if
the
you
bottom.
get him fired up like one day, it could just like it could go.
Yeah,
nuclear.
we don't want to stoke the fires at all of that tyranny because it could be really bad. But so far,
Yeah.
so far he's taken it under control. I feel
Pancake
like-
challenge coming up.
tomorrow.
Are you doing it tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my!
That's
I'm
something.
dreading
So
to
what?
look
So
forward to.
so for the people who don't know, what exactly? Repeat the challenge. What you got to do?
Yeah, I came in last in fantasy last year. I was terrible.
Which is preposterous, Bob.
That
can't happen.
That
just
you
can't.
You had a good team, Michael.
You can never come in last ever again in the league. It just can't happen. Bob. You're just too good. That's just not. It should never happen.
Well, but
You-
it's kind of.
You're not some guy who doesn't know ball. You
No,
know
I
ball.
know. I know. But you know what, though? Like, for example, I had Austin Eckler as my first pick. At the time, I think 10
Yeah,
out of 10
he banged a
people
lot of people. Yeah.
would have told you take Eckler on that pick, and he was terrible. I mean, you just don't know. But yeah, it sucks. I'm dreading it tomorrow. I'm going to IHOP. It's not a Waffle House close to IHOP's pancakes are fucking huge.
How many you got to do? 24.
24 pancakes. Well, 24 hours, and then every pancake I eat deducts an hour. So I'm not gonna.
I'm telling you, you're gonna rip those first 5 pancakes down in like
So
like
technically,
15 minutes. That first plate of pancakes is gonna go down really
You
easy.
think?
from the
Yeah,
minute you
but
walk
then from
in,
there it could get interesting.
yeah. So from the minute you walk in, you have to be in that IHOP for 24 hours, and then if you ate 23 pancakes, you only have to be in there for 1 hour.
Yes, correct.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
like call ahead and let them know that you're doing that?
I'm gonna have a word with the hostess when I walk in, just to kind of let them know. Well,
They should put you in a corner somewhere, like a
I
small
was
little
gonna
booth.
say because
I
And he's
worry
gonna be
about it.
streaming it.
I
that's
know,
that's the whole thing. Like you don't want people to start like, what the fuck is
Dude.
going on with this guy?
Squirtle.
Is
said to
anybody
me-
visiting you?
Our head mod. Yeah, we have visitors. That Squirtle said to me, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there at like 7 or 8 o'clock. He's like, well, that's not good for streaming time. I said, I don't give a fuck about stream. I'm gonna be there the whole day, dude.
yeah.
Like, I don't want to lose.
Well, no,
the
it'd be
whole
better
day.
if you did like a 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
Yeah, but then I'm guaranteed to be like overnight shift. Like it's gonna fucking suck. Like it
I
really-
almost would rather do the overnight shift because you're not missing out on much. Like
Yeah, but
everyone's sleeping.
But then it'll
Yeah,
be
but
like,
dude,
then
then
I
he's
go
got-
back and I save.
yeah,
I'm gonna
Like, at
start at
least,
like
like-
7 or 8.
At least if he does it this way, like you figure he's gonna get home at a decent enough hour and just pass out. Like that's
But
that's
Joe,
fine.
yeah, Joe, I didn't know what time you get back, so I told people on Twitch yesterday that you might stop by. My dad's gonna stop by. Jet will stop by. Ticket will stop by. Just
I don't
throughout
get
the
back
day.
till late tomorrow night.
Well,
He may still be
I
there,
may
Joe.
still be going.
like 1 in the
yeah.
morning.
Sure.
Nah,
If you're there,
nah.
if you're there 1 a.m, I will
Nah.
take the Uber from Fort Lauderdale and I'll go straight to the
Wow.
IHOP.
What a
Nah.
what a guy.
With
What a
Nicole
guy.
And he
and the
would,
dog.
and they
What a
would,
guy.
but
What a guy.
it won't be.
I got a
I'll
long
eat
flight
enough.
tomorrow, man. I got a long flight tomorrow.
Well, that's
Literally 5-hour layover in Denver. I leave like at the crack of dawn. It's like another 24-hour almost. It's a long day.
I'll tell
Not
you.
24 hour, but like 18 hours.
By the way, we should end up doing a top 5 worst and best airports. I got a new possible worst airport.
Miami, I think, is the worst.
Miami could be one of the worst.
Yeah, but
Now-
dude, O'Hare is like
Chicago's pretty bad.
O'Hare
yeah.
is a fucking nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
O'Hare is like
So when you
bad.
connect into these places, you don't always see how bad it is because you're already in. Going to the Atlanta one and getting through that Atlanta airport.
Oh,
was-
can I tell you something?
Oh.
Getting to the Uber area from the Atlanta airport is one of the worst Uber.
Oh.
Like there's no signage. You don't know where you're going. I pride myself on not asking people for directions or like being able to figure things out by myself. I'm not like a man who will go to people and be like, oh, how do I get here? Like kind of different. Bob will do that all the time.
Immediately.
But I had to do it like 3 times, Michael, because I just couldn't find. I couldn't find.
I pride
my way.
myself on being a man. Bob does it all the time.
Yeah.
I pride myself on being a man.
Well, Bob, in all fairness, Bob will walk 5 steps and ask somebody where to go without like.
Yeah, it cuts time. It cuts time. 100%. And a Home Depot, you watch me. I take 2 steps in a Home
yeah,
Depot
Home
and I
Depot,
ask
yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Yeah. Not
Dude,
that I'm
you know
there
what's
often.
it's a very pleasant airport, Joe. That Vancouver airport's a pleasant airport.
Yeah.
Very
Trying to
pleasant
think.
experience there.
Yeah. They,
it's
by the
very
way,
nice.
Very
they got
pleasant.
a Joe and the Juice in there. That is terrific.
Yeah, it's right up
They
there.
had some nice spots in that Vancouver airport.
Yeah.
And you know what's nice there? You go through the duty free because it's international, so everything is like
Yes,
a
I went in there.
great,
Yeah.
great selection.
I was,
Michael, and then-
they had bottles of Johnny Blue in there for like $300. I'm like,
yeah.
Did
And you know
buy
what,
one?
Michael? You had to like. He's got the one that I got him still.
yeah, no, yeah. Joe got me a bottle. It's still back there. I haven't. The first time. Actually, this is how nice of a guy I am. Let me just throw because a lot of people think I'm a scumbag. I had Fubu gigantic Michigan fan, over my house for the night of the national championship. The first night I broke out that bottle of Johnny Blue when Michigan won the national title. I said, "Come on, let's have a nice proper drink. Congratulations!"
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, who
That's
thinks
a
it-
nice
who thinks-
touch.
I don't think.
Oh,
you're a
you
scum-
always you purport this like that I'm some kind of maniac when it comes like I hate Michigan so much. I do, but at the same time, I'm not like a psycho. Like I'm happy for my friends.
Mikey.
I don't know. Sometimes, Bob.
Look at your recent post of you on the sideline. You look like you're fucking Jim Harbaugh, dude. Look at you.
That was
in
an
the-
emotional moment. It was
Oh,
an
there you
emotional
go,
run.
Michael.
Football's
That's
an
not you
emotional
being a.
game.
That's not you
Michael,
being a
if
scumbag.
I may, Mikey, you kind of bang yourself sometimes because you are. No, and I'm saying this. I'm not taking a shot. I'm not taking a shot. I love Michael to death. I
Here
really
comes
do.
the shot. But
Here
It's
comes
not-
the
here it
shot. Here comes
Mikey,
the shot.
it's just here it is. It's that when you believe something, you are so like entrenched in it
the passion.
that you like, yeah, but it's to the next level. Like I look back at the IHOP thing yesterday. Okay, he got signed.
It's got to be addressed.
It's not
gotta
a
be
shot.
addressed.
It's
got to be addressed.
you made it seem like you
We're
were
going to address the
first.
big toe next. That's getting addressed next.
Fine,
Go ahead.
no
Continue with the
problem,
IU.
No problem. I'm
Continue
happy
with
to
the
talk
The
about
IU.
the
The IHOP thing is just it's so symbolic that like Michael comes on Twitter first to the scene, heard it here first. My sources
Should have
and
happened.
like instead of just saying, you know what, hand up.
Oh,
was
dude, I handed
incorrect.
up on it. I did.
You're just you stay so entrenched in that take that people are like, yo, this guy is lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
And
like,
I'll never stop.
And now I
Joe.
don't think you'll
But-
never
But
stop
this
hearing
is
the
what.
Penix
But
and Metcalf
here's the
now.
beautiful thing is like this is what makes me me. I am overly passionate and exuberant about everything that I put my. I am. I'll be the first to admit it. To the death. That's just the way. That's just who I am. Love hard. That's how I love hard. If you're gonna love, you love all the way. You don't.
Yeah.
You
but
don't
that's
like you
why
just go all the way, dog.
when you have that type of passionate take, like you did with Ayuk, like Ayuk is signing to the Steelers, should know, and you stay that passionate when
It's
it's
supposed to happen soon, Bob. It was supposed to happen.
Well, yeah.
soon.
Oh,
Yeah,
it didn't
when
happen.
when it
No,
doesn't
it
work
didn't.
out,
No,
when
it
it
didn't.
doesn't work out, you're gonna have these other passionate people that are gonna come in hot.
Yeah.
I know.
Which I think you know. But I want to ask you, Mike, and I'm not taking the shot either. But
Here
I do
comes
want
another shot.
No.
Go
I
ahead.
do want to ask you from the
Yeah, go
two
ahead.
reports that you've had between Justin Fields signing with Chicago and then Ayuk to the
No,
Steelers.
Justin Fields not
This
getting
source
traded.
needs to be fired.
Yeah, Justin Fields not getting traded, and then Ayuk is about to sign with the Steelers.
Yeah.
My question to you is, what one stung you more? Like, I'm honestly asking.
The Fields one, because
Fields.
that was legitimate. A guy who was talking to Justin's brother, who was his manager, and was talking to Justin. And I know he's not bullshitting because I just know the guy's status, and like he's not like just some guy.
Right.
So like it was like it felt like, and then the worst part was like we were a week through free agency and he hadn't gotten moved yet, and I'm like, oh my god, this is actually right. Like this is gonna be great. That tweet got like almost 2 million views, and then it sunk like the fucking
So
Titanic.
do you talk to him
Really
anymore, or
shame.
do you give him the
Really
gold
shame.
shoulder? Do you talk to him
No,
anymore?
I'll still talk to him. He's a good guy to know. He's a good guy to know.
You know, you're using him as a source anytime soon. I'll tell you that
No,
much,
can't
Bob.
do that. Can't do that. Yeah, can't do
His
that.
source credit life is dead.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Mike, you want
It
to talk
is.
about the toe?
No, I think it's a normal toe. It was a bad angle. I think they
100%.
established that.
It
Yeah.
was-
But I tell you what, that angle was real.
It was crazy, but I don't even think it was the angle. I think it's the dimension. You ever go into
You
the
look
dimension?
like you had hobbit feet.
I know.
Dude, but the weirdest, no, because the weirdest part was the other foot, the toe was like, it looked normal, but the left foot, the toe was like, it was like a good 4 inches in front of its mate or in front of its
Do you have
companion
the
toe.
picture?
yeah, just to preface it, it was a sponsorship, an ad that I put up.
That's
for
the worst
DraftKings.
part. It was a DraftKings. This guy's got his feet hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
why? What the fuck?
Bob, you got to charge for those. Oh my God.
Look at the
It
size
like
of
he's-
that.
looks like
toe.
he's hitchhiking with his foot.
I
That looks
know.
like an appendage.
Crazy. But no, but if you look at both feet are off. Like both feet are way longer than. And look
It
at my
looks like
legs.
somebody
That left
photoshopped
foot
the
looks
feet onto your
Fucking
legs.
wild, bro.
That's
It's
crazy.
the craziest fucking thing.
So yeah,
Why?
people blew me the. You even messaged me, Mike. You're like, "Oh, yo, are you taking shit about that toe?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was
yeah.
concerned about the toe as soon as I saw it. I was like,
Here's my thing. If he had abnormal feet, like let the guy be. Like, what is it like? If
Joe,
he has,
part of the business though, dog. Like you're gonna put them out there, you're gonna get ripped to shreds.
I understand, but you know, in today's society, people gotta like people are just devious, man. People will like come for your throat for the small. Like,
Yeah.
if he had fucked up feet, then he has fucked up feet. It's not. What is
Yeah,
he
but
gonna do
I
about
feel
it?
like if you're in the public eye, like Bob is in the public eye, he's very much in the public eye,
Well,
right?
he's not supposed to be perfect.
No, right, but you have to embrace your imperfections.
So maybe him posting his feet like that was a way of him
Like
celebrating his
say,
imperfections,
say Bob had webbed feet, you know, like webbed toes. That's a condition,
like the penguin. Yeah.
right? I think as an influencer, if you're getting into that game, like that needs to be addressed immediately. You need to, like, one of your first things you should put out is, listen, I have deformed feet. This is what it is. Let's
Well,
just
Bob does that with his hairline. He does it all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
I
that's
get
not a
lot of mileage out of
deformity.
it.
That's not a
It's
deformity.
not a deformity,
Feels
but it's
like
an
it.
imperfection.
It's not like he's the fucking elephant man. He just has a fucking receding hairline. I mean,
it's
listen,
an
dog.
imperfection.
Come on now.
Yeah, but Mikey, you're
Oh, no.
free, man.
By the
You're
way,
free.
Warren was telling me yesterday. He was like, you know, I feel like such an asshole because I met Beardown at the wedding, and he's such a nice guy. And I went up to him and I
Nice
said,
guy. That's twice now. Nice guy.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to tell you you're a
He
nice
said,
guy.
no, he sang your praises, but he said, I feel like Beardown's a little upset with me. And I said, why? What happened? And he goes, okay, he said, I saw him, and he goes, you're a big guy. And he goes, yeah, you are too. And then Mikey said to him, he's like, I got to tell you, you got quite the set of hair on you. And Warren was like, same to you. And I think he was just like joking around or
yeah,
something. But he's like,
I
I
gotta be
think
honest.
Michael was upset about it.
No, I gotta be
Oh,
honest.
come on,
No,
Mikey.
I-
That's a good
He's like,
joke.
he's like,
That's it.
Warren's like, I
Hey,
got to
time
reach
out.
out to him
I-
because I think he's upset.
Oh, Mikey, don't get upset. You can't get upset at
Well,
that.
Warren was like, legitimately, he was like, I got to reach out to him because I hope I didn't upset him.
Wow.
He does not have to reach out to me. I don't even remember him saying that. I don't even remember him saying that.
Really?
And if he did, I would.
I mean, he brought it up.
I would.
No,
love to
I
know.
remember his. I remember his opener. His opener was he came up to me and he's like, "You're a big fucking boy." He came up something like that, and I was like, "Yeah." But when that comes from a fellow guy who's like 6'5"
Yes,
or
yes.
taller, that's very much appreciated because that's a big boy himself.
He said that. He said that too. He said that. He's like, he knew that
I
was
remember.
saying
I
it.
don't remember the hairline, but I came on the show a week ago and say how much I like the guy. I brought him up on the show.
I don't know. I'm just saying that he was like, I got. He said to me, he's like, I got to reach out to Mikey and apologize.
Bob,
I just think it's a good joke. I mean, I
it is a good joke. I came on the show and specifically on the wedding episode, I remember saying, Joe, your friends are great. In particular, this guy,
I told
Warren.
him that. I did tell him, Michael, I told him that you said that.
I'm not upset with the guy at all. I think he's great. I'm going to invite him over for Thanksgiving this year.
I hope
he comes.
I felt
he will. And he'll bring Johnny Walker Blue, by the way. He's a tremendous guy.
I felt bad for Beardown. Beardown messaged me after the bachelor party. I felt terrible. He goes, is everything okay? I said, yeah. What's going on?
Bob was in the room doing cameos and is asleep by 9:30. So I think.
I mean, listen.
But
that's life with Bob.
He said he didn't say goodbye. I thought we all say goodbye to everybody after.
Beardown's a very sentimental guy. You got to say goodbye.
Beardown is very like.
He wears his heart on his sleeve.
That's all right.
Yes.
I felt bad. I'm
nice
saying
guy.
I felt bad.
Nice guy.
I thought we all at the end of the UFC said goodbye to everybody, and then everybody just spurted to their rooms.
By the way, I will say one of the things that I enjoyed the most about, I'm not going to go back into the whole wedding stuff, but like for me, one of the things that I really enjoyed the most about the wedding was seeing like everybody like connect and hit it off and have a great time
like
together.
Your home friends.
Yeah, like the two different worlds kind of combined.
Sure.
It was really cool and it was a lot of fun to see. But yeah, so
that Beardown was a riot, man. He was a riot.
Oh, he's hysterical.
Very good. We could talk about that one, but the numbers that did last week, I'll talk about that wedding all day. Long, man.
Yeah, you're not wrong. In fact, we should name this episode "Joey D's Wedding Part 2," because maybe that could again stoke a fire.
And I gotta tell you, boys, as good as the wedding was, the honeymoon was. Yeah, I was just.
We saw.
The honeymoon was just tremendous, man. Bob, you gotta get to Hawaii, Bob. You would love it there.
Joe.
Oh my God, dude, it's so nice. So nice. It's carte blanche. It really is, Michael.
I know, Joe. I know.
The Four Seasons is just it's next level.
Joe,
amazing.
We saw it top to bottom. We were with you, dog.
By the way, I will say this because I would like to discuss this from the honeymoon. It's the last thing about the honeymoon I'm going to talk about. That meal that you had at that place that's like impossible to get into, that Mama's or whatever the fuck.
Mama's Fish House.
I'm going to say this. I usually like the story posts with the food. I'm like, all right, Joe's eating 24-karat gold.
I actually didn't post it.
Macadamia nut trout. Like, I get it. Like, it's great. Those posts of that food from that place looked really
I didn't even
different.
put it up. Nicole did.
I know. I saw it. It looked really different.
And the acai bowls.
Yeah, Nicole had one every day, Bob. They had the fresh. They had the acai there with all the toppings. You could assemble it however you want. With all the fruit, all the nuts, all the accoutrements. It was amazing.
Now, Joe, when it was time to leave, were you ready to get
all the time, Mikey?
Yes, I know. It's just the way you said it with the French accent it was unfucking.
Yeah, I want one day when Cutsy does one of his food reviews of like dish by dish, I want Mikey to do it in Joe's voice.
He's been asking for this. He's been asking for this, Joe, for like 2 years.
So funny.
Like, you gotta do it. I was like,
it's so good.
Dom's got the wig, man. Dom won't let go of that wig. He's obsessed with it.
That was hilarious. I saw the story yesterday of him wearing it. Oh my God, I died.
Holly just came downstairs. He's just got it on his head. Just has it on his head. And I'm like, where the fuck did you even find that? I thought it was in the closet.
Joe, were you ready to get back? But like when it was time to leave, are you ready now to get back? Or was it one of those things like really sad to be leave? Like, did you get the blues is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Nicole was like, I don't want to leave. This place is unbelievable. I was like, listen, like, we live a very good life. Like, it's not like we're going to like some like, place in Iowa where we're going to be living like,
my God.
Iowa takes so many shots in this podcast.
But Michael, you got to listen to me. Michael, you got to listen to me.
I talk down on food. The first victim is always like Iowa.
Well,
like, that's my first
sure
target. I'm like, you could live in Iowa and never have good pizza ever in your life.
I'm sure the Iowa listeners are the heart and soul of this country.
We do. Hawkeyes. We love Iowa.
I'm not trashing Iowa, but I'm saying I live in Florida. You should see, like, our apartment is nestled amongst a gorgeous backdrop of like trees and nature, and it's gorgeous. Like, so it's not like we're going back to some eyesore. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, Joe, but I mean, like, you're in the like you're a honeymoon, like that's why they call it a honeymoon, because it's the most idyllic. That's why everyone says, like, oh, this is the honeymoon phase of this. Oh, they're in the honeymoon phase of that, because it's the most idyllic, what's the word? Euphoric, utopian type of setting that you can't duplicate anywhere else. It's just, that's what it is.
That adult infinity pool,
Oh,
walking out there,
Yeah,
Bob.
nice.
I'm telling you, they were just, the one guy from the pool. The guy was tremendous. He came right away. He watched Bob to Sports all the time. So they used to have these drinks in the pineapple. I told you guys, he went out. They don't do it anymore. He got it set up for me to where other people started asking, what is this guy drinking? Because they don't like, I felt bad about it, but they were,
that's an off the menu item, the pineapple drink.
They don't do it anymore. Like they hollow out the pineapple, and then they put a pina colada or like a lava flow inside of it.
The Miami Vice pina colada with the strawberry daiquiris in Miami.
Yes, it's so good, Michael. Oh my God,
very good.
Very, very refreshing. And then just the backdrop, the whole place was just amazing. We had such great weather, the golf, like it was awesome. But I am ready to go home, Bob. To answer your question, I'm ready to go home, and I'm home for like a day and a half, and then we're on the road.
Bob, Joe described that Florida apartment like he was Bill Walton. That was like a Bill Walton. The floric background and the backdrop and the idyllic hills and mountains.
Holy
It was like a Bill Walton description of his home.
So, whoa.
You like that? You like Bill Walton?
Wow, Michael.
May he rest in peace, bud.
One more.
Let me tell you about my Florida apartment nestled in the hills of the Great Everglades with the stoic alligators chomping from the bay. Just a beautiful sight in the background. But that's it. When he started going in that direction, I was like, this is Bill Walton. I was like, he's Bill Walton describing his
But you know what I'm saying, Mikey? It's like I'm saying that. Like,
no, you're not going. It's not like you're coming back to a tenement.
We get it. No,
why are you cutting me off, Bob?
No, I'm
saying, why are you cutting me off?
I'm saying
Bob?
we get it. I'm saying we absolutely get it.
This guy, man, God
can
forbid. Can
Cutsy cook a little?
I'm letting him cook. I'm saying we get it. I know. I agree with you. I'm agreeing. By the way,
it's like I'm a lion and he's the fucking tamer and he's just hitting me with the fucking whip right now, just trying to shut me up.
It does feel like that.
Yeah,
it does.
But God forbid if we're going at it, he would just let us go.
Oh, it's like tear each other to shreds, leave nothing.
God forbid if we went at it each other, he would sit there like Charlie Chaplin. He wouldn't say a fucking word.
I'm just saying. We gotta move on.
We gotta move on because you're done with the segment. But God forbid if Mikey and I were at each other's throats, would be blood spilt on this podcast.
Charlie Chaplin.
He'd be mute, Michael. He wouldn't say a word. He'd sit there in silence.
He'd be a mime.
The Bill Walton clip is that is really, really solid. That's really good.
I tell you, bro, I could sit with Jet and just because Jet's so good. Like his guys that he does is so good. I could just have a total conversation with Jet, just going back and forth with it. I could do that all day.
I got the
That's
wedding
like my
photos last night, Bob. There's some of Jet that I have to send you. He's off to the side by himself. I don't know if he's putting a bed in or he's looking at a meme or something. And they got like the backdrop. I'm telling you, I'm going to send it to you. You're going to howl. It's like him by himself. He's like staring at his phone in delight at something. And I don't know what it is. And it's just the funniest photo I've ever seen. It's unbelievable.
I am ready for those videos and photos.
Well, I don't have the videos yet. I have the photos. I have the photos.
God,
they're unbelievable.
Be good.
And one of the things that actually we do need to discuss, Mikey, that outfit at the church. I don't know. It was like you were going to like.
What are we in a time machine? We're going backwards. We had this discussion already. Come on.
It's just.
Now I'm with Bob. We got to move on.
All right. Let's get into buy or sell. What did you see that you liked? What did you see that you did not like? Joey D, we'll let you take it away out of the gate.
This is a tough sell for me because for years I really enjoyed what I'm going to sell, but I just think now the times have changed We need to adapt with the times. The in-person draft, I'm gonna sell it for fantasy football. And
Wow.
listen to me here now, Mikey. There's
the
a
worst
draft.
sells I've ever heard, dude.
There's a draft today that's going on, and I'm not going to be able to attend because the draft literally takes 4 to 5 hours. It's an entire day of drafting. And I don't have that kind of time. What I loved about our draft is you could still have the interactions, you can still have fun with it, but it's timed, it's quick, it's online, so you could do it remotely. And our draft took like an hour and a half. This draft that I do with these guys, it's a dynasty. We've been doing it for like a dozen years, and I respect the league. I really do. But some of these guys, Mikey, they go 5 minutes to pick a second round pick.
Oh, you have to have a timer. You have to have a clock.
It's
you can't do it without.
And then they take a pizza break. It's just the whole day. I don't have
to totally disagree, man. We had our live draft. I'm only in one league with a live draft. I'm only in 2 leagues. Our league and this other league that I described with the trophy. We had the best fucking time last night, man. It was so much fucking fun.
But how long did it take?
It took all night, but everyone knew it was going to take all night.
They take a while.
Yeah, they took
5-hour draft. It's just
Louis shut down Luna. Luna was closed to the public. He opened it just for our draft. We had the bar. We had a bartender. All the TVs were on. Everybody was gaming. We had Yankees on, college football on. The draft was going. Food was flowing. Drinks were flowing. It was so much fucking fun. If it's done
you guys all
way,
live in the same place.
Well, that's true too. That's
like
true
for
too.
me to do this draft, like these guys are all in Vancouver bases.
I may have to get G baby. I don't know if you hear her. I may have to get her and bring her on the pod because she is screaming for me. Okay,
it's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead,
quickly, very quick.
Okay, go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying, Bob? Though, like it's just like I would love to do nothing but draft all day, but I don't have like, especially when I come to Vancouver, I don't have that much time to spend an entirety of a day picking draft picks for fantasy football. I don't have it.
I think if you really get into it, like the way that Mikey and his friends do, and you make a whole night of it, I think they have a lot of fun out of it. I think I told you guys about the league that I have that my buddy asked me to be in it, and I went into it, and to be honest with you, I wish I never went in. Like I had to chug like a Smirnoff in order to be initiated.
Saying that last,
And then they have the WhatsApp and they're messaging all the time, and then they get upset with me if I'm not active enough. And that bothers me to where like I don't need that. But I think if you make a whole night out of it the way that they do, they have a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I could see it could be fun. I'm just saying, like, I think for the ease and the convenience, doing an online draft is just so much quicker and easier. And like, it's just like, and you can still really get into it and you can have a lot of fun with it, but it just doesn't take the entirety of a day. Like these guys have a board that they put up and it's like, it's great. It's cool. But it's just like, for me being out of town, it's very, very difficult for me to attend.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. There's a sell. Luna's Woodfire Tavern, not going to be happy about that, but I do get it. By the way, the Burnley Dumb Show brought to you by the fine folks over at Luna Woodfire Tavern.
Oh, by the way, Gabriella was not having it, man.
Yeah,
she was not having it. She's just having a meltdown. She's having a meltdown.
Okay, so what is the meltdown based off of? Like, why is she upset?
See, that's a question that someone who doesn't have kids yet will ask. Joe, it's over nothing. This is what happens. At this age,
she wants a TV show that's a different TV show.
Yeah, anything could upset her. If she doesn't have her goldfish, it could upset her. If she doesn't have the TV, it could upset her.
Does she tell you, or did she just start crying?
It depends what kind of a mood she's in. It's wild. It's wild.
So you gotta play a guessing game to know.
Somewhat. Yeah, somewhat.
That is
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Okay.
That sounds like oh my God.
You'll be fine, Joe. You'll be fine.
Mikey V, buy or sell. Mikey V selling babies.
No, love my babies. Love my babies. Love my babies. I'm gonna sell this guy. I've been seeing him.
Oh.
It's every day now. All I've been seeing is this quarterback.
The Giants receiver?
It's the quarterback from the flag football team that said he could do what Patrick Mahomes does. And that this guy has been on ESPN. It is every day now.
Who is this guy?
His name is Daryl Doucette or Doucette. D-O-U-C-E.
A real douche.
I mean, just what the fuck? it's just amazing to me. Like, this guy comes out and says like the most preposterous thing, like Patrick Mahomes, like I could probably do what he does. Like, he didn't even say probably. He was like, Patrick Mahomes shouldn't take my spot on the flag football team because I'm just as good of a quarterback as he. He said something ludicrous like that. And now it's gotten this guy like 2 weeks worth of like national sports TV coverage. It's flag football, man. Like, what are we even discussing here? It's just insane. It's insane. I'm selling this guy. I never want to see him again. I never want to hear about him again. It's a waste of everyone's time.
Maybe by him doing that, now we're talking about flag football, and we never would have been talking about flag football. Maybe that's,
and I'll never talk about it again.
I'm just saying, maybe that's his plot. Maybe that's his ploy, is like to have people talk about how ridiculous it is just to get the subject of flag football being discussed.
I think it's just, again, we live in a hot take society. It's just these guys want to just put out these hot takes, and it's like,
I think
just for sound bites, it's crazy.
It's so ridiculous that I can't even pay it any mind. Like,
so you have seen it though, Bob. You know what I'm talking about.
For sure. He actually does. If you look at the highlights, it's like he's pretty quick. Like, he's pretty jittery and like, yeah.
He's also like 120 pounds soaking wet. It looks like.
Yeah, it's so absurd. It really is.
I'd love to see Joey D just lay this fucking guy out.
Probably
like
could.
in Oklahoma drill. Joey D and this guy in an Oklahoma drill. I'll just watch Joe fucking bury this guy.
I'll have Bone put a picture up, Mikey. I'll have him pop something up. But yeah, he is. He's very like skinny and like jittery. Also, by the way, did you see the like, you guys have kind of sold it, and like, as entertaining as many people are watching it, did you see like Colorado after the week 1? They played like North Dakota State, and they had like,
we had the first quarter over,
and they had a concert after it.
And by the way, they didn't even win that. They won by like 5.
They did not cover. If you're going to dance and have a dance party, cover the spread. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be having a dance party if you don't cover the spread. That should be a rule.
They were losing to North Dakota State.
North Dakota State's people don't know North Dakota State's an FCS team, yes, but they win the national title in the FCS. They win the national title like regular. They're like the Alabama of the FCS. They're that successful of a program. They're not a doormat team, but you're at home. You're Colorado. You're an 11.5-point favorite, and they struggled defensively. They couldn't do anything.
Their
I saw the
defense
damn party, Bob.
last year too.
That's a good sell because it was preposterous.
By the way, I hit your again, this is Saturday, so people probably don't want to hear it, but I hit your Georgia thing hard. I'm gonna hit your games. I'm riding with you the whole day long.
By the way, Bob, I got the U today.
Really?
A lot of people are
minus 2.5 for the U.
Man.
You know what's
minus
weird?
2.5, Bob.
I know. I hope so.
Come on, Bob. You got to
really
ride with that.
Soft schedule, Bob. Soft schedule.
I know, but I'm so worried about them losing this first game, man.
No. The U today. The U, Bob.
Bother me. Oh, I'll go use up all day long. I mean, that's my squad. People don't know too the history I have. I mean, my dad going there, my uncle going there, grandparents taught there, sister went there. Like, we're all about the U. They can't lose this first game. I want them to.
You're gonna win it, Bob, and you're gonna win. You're gonna win some coin too.
I took the over on 9.5 wins for them throughout the year, so it's kind of like I'm betting with them, but I'm gonna throw in that bet and ride though, D man.
And then I actually got a couple things today. One of my games, I got Mikey 2 of your games, and 1 I'm against you. So.
I think Mikey goes off today. I really do.
I bet I know what game you're against me. You got A&M minus the 3. Yeah.
Okay. And you know, all honesty, I had it in before I even saw your picks.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But I'm riding Georgia, and I'm riding the first quarter Alabama over. 100%. Yeah. But I can't go in now and take it out.
No. Understandably so.
Okay. You can take a look at those scores, folks.
It's nice to see football back on the slate, man. Holy shit.
It's beautiful. I feel like we're back.
Good. Go ahead, Bob. Give that plug. You were about to give that plug. Go ahead.
No. Do you think I was going to plug you?
Yeah, I sure did.
I will. I wasn't going to.
I thought you were going. I thought you were going to say, and you could see all those picks.
No, I'm saying because people are hearing this.
I misread that.
They're hearing it Tuesday, so they can go back and see the picks. But also looking at the only subs over on the Beardown Guys account.
Yes,
as well there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm buying something that was really cool. I'm buying YouTube Golf on the fucking come up. I talked about it with you guys a little bit. The Creator Classic was fucking awesome. Really cool. I mean, so many people saw it. Like to see Perez on the same putting green as Scotty Scheffler, because this happened on a Wednesday. The pros were there on a
Insane,
Wednesday.
man.
Like it was the funniest thing. There's somebody, Micah Morris was in a bunker, like a practice bunker, and he put a funny caption, and he's next to Scheffler, and he goes, "One guy's playing for 20 million this week, the other's playing for a Blackstone grill." It was, yeah, it was such a funny caption, but it was crazy. And then, we had talked about it before, but it wasn't on the show. When Perez walks up to the first tee, if you watch it, the other people that come on, they get a good ovation. When Perez comes up to the tee, the ovation that this guy got was
Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
he
Yeah, he
really was. It was and then really proud of him in the sense of he didn't have his A stuff, and there was times where so 90% of golfers, if not more, get so upset and they let it bother them. With all those cameras and everything, he didn't let it bother him. He was really good. I mean, he really didn't have his A stuff. He was missing fairways that he usually never misses. Um, some wedges in where he would miss greens that he never really missed. He just didn't have his A stuff, and he held it together. He really had such a good attitude about it. He got the name out there for Bob the Sports. He had an interview with Joel Damon that was hysterical, and it was a blast with him. And I tried to do caddying for him, just talk to him about everything but golf. So every time he hit a bad shot, I would crack a joke to him, and then we would just start fucking around. He just was really, really good about it, and I'm really proud of him. It was neat.
Yeah.
But YouTube golf wise, it's crazy that the tour is finally coming.
I was gonna say the cool thing that I thought about that whole Creator Classic was like this was no like Mickey Mouse operation. Like they set that up like the coverage for it was fucking wild. Like it was like,
it's
and that's
still on
from
YouTube.
somebody
I was watching it. It was really cool.
and I wasn't even like that entrenched into it, but like the fact that like the reach of how they were able to push it and the way in which they did push it was so efficient. I felt like it was popping up and I'm like, holy shit, like this is wild. Like
yeah, it's
PGA
really
Tour
cool.
and really, really something.
It's really cool because for a long time, I think there was a huge disparity between the two, and like almost kind of maybe that YouTube golf was frowned upon by the tour and like tour players. But now I think they see the outreach that they got. You got guys like Bryson, who are paving the way for pro golfers to do YouTube channels. And I think that it's just so much more accepted and like appreciated and like not frowned upon that it really opens up an avenue between the two worlds that are really cool and like hopefully will allow us on our thing through Bob the Sports to continue to get more new pros to film with and connect and it's just really, really cool to see the development. I think it's a great buy, Bob. I think it's really cool to see like when we started 2-3 years ago to where it is now. It's crazy how big this has gotten.
Yeah, and the pros were really good about it too. They could have been pricks about it, and they really weren't. They were very understanding about it. They were really cool. We all stayed in the same hotels. We were staying in the same hotel as the pros, so we'd be at the bar downstairs with them talking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was
awesome.
crazy. It was very, very bizarre to see. Something that I struggled with, and Perez too, was like when you're walking in the ropes. The pros are used to like when somebody asks for an autograph or if they ask the waiter to take a picture, we never say no, no matter where we are. We'll all never say no. But you're in the heat of the moment, and like I had a hard time like walking by or saying no. You'd want to take a picture with everybody, but like you're in the middle of
no, you
You
can't.
can't.
And so there was
that's a different. You're like, I know this is gonna sound fucked up. Nobody like attack on this, but like you're working. You're working.
Yeah.
Like that's
Or
you're not
playing a tournament.
You're working. That's how I would
You
translate
wouldn't expect
that.
a pro to stop and start taking pictures. Like
Not in the middle of a hole.
No,
I know
no,
that was hard for us. And me and Prez would go over. It was hard for some people are ruthless too. One guy chirped me, and me and Prez were dying the whole way. He just goes, this one guy just yells out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey Bob, how come you're not playing?" And then he pauses and he goes, "Loser." And I'm like, yo. Me and Prez were just cracking up. And we're like, what the fuck was that?
By the way, I not a buy, but something that I do think we need to mention. A dear friend of the pod, winning Daytona this last week.
Yes.
Harrison Burton. I think
God.
it was almost my buy of the week. I do think we gotta share it because it was unbelievable. Got fired from the Wood Brothers and then goes and wins the fucking Daytona, Bob. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's now going to be in the playoff. Just a great guy. Somebody that we literally competed against.
I sent Bob this picture when he won.
Literally somebody we competed against in go-karts goes out and wins. I was so happy for him because you couldn't meet a nicer guy. I messaged him right away and I was like, yo, congratulations, dog. By the way, NASCAR's coming up and not too far from now.
Joe,
Michael.
I was gonna throw that picture up on my story and be like, how the fuck did this guy win the Daytona when he only beat Bob by one spot?
I tell you, man, it's the Bob effect. It is the Bob effect is a real thing, Mikey. We joke about it, but like, guys, if you entrench yourself with Bob, you're set for success.
He's got the horseshoe firmly implanted up his asshole. Firmly implanted.
And it's like an olive branch. It extends to whoever he knows.
Yes, it does.
I thought, by the way, I thought you guys were gonna roast me. Mikey took a shot, but I thought you guys were gonna tee off on me when I got the first pick of the draft. I thought you guys were going to.
I mean, I when I sent the draft order, I was like, I said something like the hits just keep coming for Bob or something like that.
Yeah, I
wasn't really going to tee off on you, but
I thought Bob McCaffrey have an all-time year this year too. He'll just be unbelievable.
Yeah.
And honestly, to be honest, as sickening as this sounds, I'm just playing to not get last. Like I can't get last again. You know what I mean?
Mikey, you know what's going to happen? Bob, for the first time, came last, but he'll end up going to IHOP. They'll see him, and you'll get a sponsorship deal with IHOP.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly how that'll probably play out. Yeah, no, I could see that. And by the way, IHOP would be a nice addition to the program.
Oh, sure.
Great. That'd be great. I love IHOP.
I love IHOP, too. Always have. Good syrup variety over it.
Yeah, I'll know tomorrow.
Yep.
Mikey, last thing, I know we talked about it before, but I actually want to ask you this. You said for tomorrow, have a big meal at like 6 tonight.
Tonight, yeah, and then tomorrow. You're gonna do it early in the morning, so I would make that meal very early today, like earlier
big
than
early
usual.
meal. Okay.
Big early meal,
and then put the
like
butter...
a gluttonous type of meal, not like a eating contest, but like a huge meal where you're like, oh fuck, I'm really full. Then nothing but water, nothing.
Okay.
But you got to continually drink water.
And Joe, text me when you land, because maybe I'll still be going, and then you come by for an hour.
He's still there at 1 a.m. When he starts at 7 a.m., that's a problem.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, if he gets an...
Is that? That's 21 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm eating...
21.
Well, no.
Yeah, 18 hours.
No,
6
or 24, yeah, 18 hours.
18 hours. I mean, more
6 hours difference.
Yeah. I think I'll get to 13 pancakes, I think. I'm there for 11 hours.
Holy shit.
You don't think I'll get to 13?
No, I mean, what are the rules like? So you have, if you don't, so either 24 hours elapses and you're done no matter what, or if you eat the 24 pancakes, you leave as soon as that's done, right? Are those the rules?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not eating 24 though.
Yeah, so I think that your final number will be around 15. I think you'll get to 15 pancakes around that number. Right?
That still means he's got to be there 9
I
hours.
would put the over under on 4. I would put it on 14 and a half right now.
I think it's a good number.
14 and a half pancakes. Yeah.
I think he's going to do 17.
Okay, so you're taking the over too.
I would love that, D.
I've seen Bob do his eating challenges. So then, Bob, if you do 17 pancakes in 7 hours, that's a pancake an hour.
Yeah, but these are big those
IHOP. They're not ginormous. We've all had the IHOP pancakes.
They're pretty fucking big, dude.
7 hours you could do. Oh no, actually, it's no more than 7.
It's pretty 17.
Big. It's a little over 2 pancakes an hour, right?
I like what Mikey said was true. Is get a little bit of that butter. And so it kind of like slips down there.
Like a lubricant.
Dude, you have to. They're going to go down like, if you don't fucking put syrup, like syrup is dangerous a little bit because the sugar, but I mean, if you start eating them like dry, they're going to be like, it's going to be like swallowing sheetrock.
Bob, what you can't do, and this is what Bob's going to do, and I'm going to tell him right now what he can't do. You can't do this like a challenge for Bob to Sports.
No, I agree.
Start going like crazy right out of the gates because you will burn the hell out.
I agree.
And with pancakes, it's so heavy you will get sleepy.
Yeah, Bob,
you haven't
trained for that properly. You can't.
You got to do like you got to give yourself like like what is your pancake per hour ratio? Like, is it 2? Is it 2.5? And then you got to try to stick to that. Because if you go eight in the first 2 hours, you're gonna bottom out.
I was thinking of doing like 5 or 6 in the first hour and then doing 2 every hour was my goal. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be really hard. But I agree. I don't think you could just. It's different than a challenge because you have to be there for. It's. I'm dreading it, man. I really am. I have a
it's
little bit of
horrible.
anxiety
It's
about it. So bad,
dude. I get the same way before I did the nuggets, before I did that burger. Like it's not.
Yeah,
like
but Mikey,
something
that's
fun.
what makes champions.
No, you're 100% right about that.
Yeah,
You're
it's,
100%
it really.
right.
At least I'll be streaming it, so hopefully some subscribers come in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's kind of like a day's
Absolutely.
work.
Absolutely.
All right,
write-off. It's a
fellas.
write-off, by the way. That whole meal is a write-off.
Yo, sure.
Let's go into our top 5, ladies and gentlemen. This is our top 5 brought to you by Dear Sweet Wendy. Right now, you know the drill. Saucy Nuggets are out, all different types of flavors. Head on over to your Wendy's, and a big shout out to Wendy's for sponsoring here the top 5, a long time coming. Joey D, go ahead. You won, I believe, the last segment. I think I came in 3rd, Mikey 2nd. So you pick. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing our top 5 post-golf round drinks. So post-golf round drinks, you head on into the clubhouse, you go back home. What are you drinking? Let it rip.
I think there's a clear-cut number 1, so I'm going to have to take the number 1 here. It's beer. I don't see a world where it's not beer. You're having a beer post-round with the boys. I think it's a no-brainer.
And then, Mikey, what are you taking? Are you going 2 or are you going 3?
I'll take 3, Bob. Go ahead.
Okay, so if I'm going to go 2, I'm going to go with the cocktail, and I'm going to go the one, the only. Give me the transfusion.
Yep. I'm going to take, give me a whiskey sour.
Okay.
I'll take a whiskey sour, and then I'll come around back with iced tea lemonade vodka. Iced tea lemonade vodka.
Iced tea lemonade vodka. Okay. How do you want to put that in the graphic? I'm fine with the pick.
Well, I mean, it's the JD, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to say his name, but it's
You go with the JD. Yeah, you
Yeah,
go
you
with the
can say
JD.
JD.
I got no issue with that. Okay, back my way. Give me the Jack and Coke.
You gotta say whiskey, Bob.
Okay, give me the whiskey and Coke.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. I'll go with seltzers. So I'll go with seltzers. I think that those play. And
Hard
then
seltzers.
yeah, like a hard seltzer.
Yep.
Yeah, like a vodka, tequila, whatever.
Yep.
And then I'll come back over. I'll do like Bloody Marys. Bloody
That's
Marys.
a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Bloody Mary after that, especially if it's a morning round. The Mikey D's
yeah.
5 a.m. rounds.
Guy finishes it as the sun's coming up.
It's a great feeling. Got the rest of your day.
Okay, after that, give me tequila pineapple.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And now we head on over to Mikey V.
Give me a Moscow Mule,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
and then I'll take a bourbon old fashioned.
Oh, that's very nice, Michael.
Okay. Okay, give me an azalea. Give me an azalea.
That's a
as
good
a
one.
drink.
pour, and
Great
I
drink.
never think to order it enough.
You know what?
Do
Neither
people,
do I,
my
but
only
that's a
thing is,
great
do
drink.
people know that? Like, if you go into a bar, do they know how to make
Yeah,
those?
it's vodka,
It's-
pineapple, lemon, and
Pineapple,
grenadine,
lemon.
right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
It's really
don't,
good.
I don't think to order it enough.
Oh, that's really, really good. That's a good one. Is it me now?
You got 2, Joe. Your
Yes,
last 2.
over to Joey D we go.
I'm gonna do some scotch, like a cigar and scotch with the boys. And then
Cigar better not get put in that graphic. That's an unfair advantage.
I'm just saying it goes hand in hand. Like,
Yes,
that's
yes,
a
yes,
nice-
yes. I
it's
do
a nice
agree.
touch.
I do
especially
agree.
if it's like an evening round, you're sitting by the fire and like that goes a long way. And And then for my last one, I'll do some wine. I'll do a nice
It's not a bad
Merlot or
play.
like a Cab Sav, like some red wine with the boys. Especially if you're doing dinner, have some steak and wine.
Look, I might get shat on for this, but I gotta take it. You don't have to go with a cocktail. Give me a soda at the end.
Just a regular soda, right?
Just give me
Yeah.
a soda at the end of it. Yeah. And then I think that's 5 there for me, and then we go back over to Mikey B.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take a gin and tonic as my last one.
that's a good one too, Mikey.
Good
That's
play.
a really good one.
Strong. I think that'll play well. Mikey, if you could go ahead and read the order, and then we'll close this puppy down, and on to college football we go.
Oh,
Joe at 1 has beer, hard seltzers, Bloody Mary, Scotch, wine. Bob has the transfusion at 1, whiskey and Coke, tequila pineapple, the azalea, which is vodka pineapple, lemon grenadine, and then soda, just a regular soda pop. And then I have whiskey sour, iced tea, lemonade vodka, the JD, Moscow Mule, bourbon old fashioned, and a gin and tonic.
Okay.
Give me
on
anybody's
there.
ball game.
Yeah. Game on there. And again, a big shout out to Wendy's for sponsoring that segment. Happy College Football Saturday, fellas. We hope all you folks enjoy. Thank you for tuning in. That's been another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show.